guys, Tim Gilliam with Teak Master here, and we're in beautiful sunny Southern California, and we're about to get started on refinishing some Cedar gates for professional skateboarder and business owner Guy Mariano. And we're gonna just walk through some of the do's and don'ts and Guy's experience trying to tackle this project himself. And as you can see from behind me, the results are
I'll be doing the don'ts, and Tim will be doing the do's.
right. Yep, exactly.
This is the one that got the most sun damage and the most discoloring. And as you can see right here, I did a little test in this little area with just some lacquer. Didn't do anything, and just put some of the lacquer that was left over. I did this little piece, and I said, hey, that's not so bad. I think I'm going to be able to do this whole thing. Now, doing a small section is actually a lot different than doing a large section. And so I think my first mistake on this one is with as much discoloring as it had, I just didn't sand it. What I learned on this first gate too is how unevenly I coated it, and how I think I overcoated it. And
Yes.
Wouldn't you say this?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I noticed when I put it on, it was dripping. There was like some heavy drips, and I kept having to wipe it. It was supposed to be a white light down on it.
Yes.
And I was repeating and repeating and repeating.
Right. And I can tell you, to your credit, a lot of people sort of make that mistake. They're, it says right on the can that it's a one-coat system. You apply it, you allow the oils to penetrate into the wood, and then you wipe off the excess.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much of the protective coating that the wood's going to accept. But
So even on this fence, on my first attempt of doing this job, I started noticing too in these corners maybe some, would you say that's mildew?
Oh yeah,
It's like there was a little bit of mildew in
yes,
here.
you
So
can see
this
these spots here. It looks like a chocolate chip cookie a little bit, and moisture probably got underneath at some point. And then you can see here, and especially in the corner, like I said, all this stuff. Yeah, that's a little bit of mold and mildew in there. You can see it in here. So when you do these multiple coats, the wood isn't able to breathe. So it traps moisture inside, and moisture can get in from in between the cracks where you can't necessarily put the protective coating. So but it's easily fixable.
And even so, I'll just tell you, even too, my main thing on this one is laziness. I thought I was just going to get away without sanding it.
Yeah.
And as a skateboarder, I know a lot about wood and lacquering and painting and everything, and that was just straight laziness. I didn't want to sand it out. I seen this piece, I thought I can get away with it, and I paid the price on this back gate for that for sure. I think the thing with me too is I really tried to tap into like YouTube and find out these little tricks and techniques, and my problem over there is there's millions of videos and millions of techniques and millions of ways, which I used on each side of the fence, making every single one different. And this comes from conditioner on the wood, from spraying the wood down to bleaching it. I tried to bleach out on the front gate. I tried to bleach out some of these stains with a chemical that I tried to do a spray on. And then I power washed it. One thing you don't want to do on this cedar is try to power wash it, because it's going to go through like a hot knife on butter and damage the wood. And so I think what I almost did with every single technique is damage this wood in every single which way I could. So like you can follow it all right here. Look at this.
The scarring from the power washing. Probably not the right tip. Who knows? Or maybe just getting too close to the wood. And even though that cedar, believe it or not, is considered a hardwood, it's still soft. And I mean, if you've got 3,000 psi with some sort of the wrong tip on here, something to clean concrete, it's going to mess up your wood surfaces. It doesn't matter if it's cedar or something super hard like teak or ipe or something like that. We see it all the time. So again, that sort of YouTube thing where guys are out there doing it and it's so easy and this is great and all that type of stuff. Well, not a lot of people talk about like the little things that go into this type of work. So
when you're doing a bad fence job, it's not just you you're affecting. It's everybody. It's the community. It's your neighbors. These guys have to move out.
There goes the neighborhood.
I'm really happy. Sometimes, giving up is not always a bad thing, and getting someone this stuff. it's not. I don't think this is a first time project. You know what I mean? And like I said, this is like it's some cedar clear. It's a nice wood. It takes a professional to treat something like this.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, to your credit, it was a good attempt.
Yeah.
And we see.
I would like to say this. Don't be fooled on those YouTube videos. It's not as easy as it looks, especially when you're doing a piece of wood that's this big than when you're trying to do a 13-foot fence.
Yes.
And depending on like the weather and the climate and the situations and what actual treatment the wood is. And like I could say, there's probably too much information out there on the internet of how to do these things.
That's a good way to put it. There's almost too much information and it's all conflicting.
Yeah.
So. The Festool dustless system is amazing. I just love how the raw wood looks. What a dramatic difference. And what a testament to how beautiful this wood really is. You remove that coating that is failing and you can get it down to bare wood and it just looks so beautiful how it is natural. But of course everyone has their own design elements and their own design features and look that they want, and we're going to go ahead and achieve that. Brightening is a very important step because it will take out imperfections from Mother Nature such as algae, mold, mildew. It will also help with black spot from metal bleed, things like that, and it also brightens the wood, which is really, really important. We chose to wipe on the brightener because we didn't want it to get on any of the metal, not that it would damage it, we just didn't want to take any chances. So we went ahead and wiped it on, and then we wipe off to neutralize, and it just gives it a really, really beautiful look. Here we are with the moment of truth, and we are applying the oil-based penetrating sealer finish to this clear cedar, and it's a beautiful product because it's going to highlight the natural grain and color of each and every board. Furthermore, these are maintainable, breathable finishes, meaning they do not encapsulate the wood and blister or peel, and they are maintainable, meaning we can reapply them at the appropriate time, and we brush on everything to make sure it's absolutely perfect. Okay, so I just wanted to go ahead and recap exactly what we did to these fences and gates. We basically sanded off the previous coating that was weathering unevenly, that was unsightly, and that was over applied and a little bit sticky. There was also some black mold and mildew, things like that. So we sanded it and we took off that previous coating. After that, we cleaned it. We cleaned it with wood brightener. Wood brightener took off the black mold and mildew, took off some of that screw bleed that was bleeding out from the metal, and just brightened the wood and prepped it for the sealer. We used an oil-based penetrating sealer for this because this is the right way to keep it natural and to also have a product that's maintainable. It's all about maintainability when it comes to these exterior wood surfaces because it's going to need maintenance. There is nothing out there that's bulletproof or that's going to last many, many years unless you want to paint it. Who the hell would paint such a beautiful wood, an expensive wood like this? So the oil penetrating sealer was used. We brushed it on, we allowed it to penetrate and seep into the wood as much as it possibly could, and then we buffed out the excess. And as you can see, it magnified the grain and color of each and every board. It dried matte, it looks really natural, and then now it's maintainable moving forward. So periodically we can come back at the appropriate time and wipe down the surfaces and simply just reapply by adding more of the protective coating. We shouldn't have to sand and do all of the extensive work that we did this time. We should be able to just add more oils, allow them to penetrate and enhance and protect, and then it keeps it looking beautiful all the time.
Well, here we are with the finished product. You know, there were so many imperfections, from bringing the cans in to just scrapes and scratches. I really cannot believe what the Teak Masters have done, bringing out this natural look and grain in all of this wood. To tell you the truth, I think it's actually better than when I first did it originally. You know, kind of in this area where I had that really big heavy mildew buildup, you know, I really didn't think that was going to come out and that was permanent damage, but I'm happy to see this area just looking brand new. Tim, thank you for bringing my fence back to life, and thank you, Teak Masters. I want to say this has been a painless, fast, and educational job for all of us, and I'm extremely grateful.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks to Guy Mariano, professional skateboarder and business owner. Thank you guys for tuning in to this video. We're going to be coming out with more videos, so go ahead and click the like button. Go ahead and follow us. Go ahead and check teakmaster.com because it's a beautiful website dedicated to the art of exterior wood refinishing. Tim Gilliam with Teak Master signing out.
Beautiful.